limited time. All right. Good. Okay, settled. I'm Linz. This is my channel. We are on a adventure back to pole. Journey back to pole. Something. Whatever. We're rebuilding ourselves. Mentally and physically. So, I touched on this a little bit in my June to July video, where I was talking about feeling frustrated with coming back to pole and things I can do, things I can't do, and the emotions, the feelings behind it. We had a class today. We had a couple classes at the studio, and the very last class we had, I could feel, I'm going to say we, because the instructor noticed it, Jamie noticed it right away, and Tasha did too. I could kind of sense what some of the other people in the class were feeling, and I don't know them, so I can't go and hug them, but I wanted to hug them. So this is my virtual hug to you, because you're not alone in what you were feeling today. We're going to talk about just bad practices, bad pole days, and I don't even want to refer to them as that anymore, because every day that you even get up and be active, you've won already. So I don't want to go into a pole, and I'm guilty of saying it, I think in one of my last videos, calling it a bad pole day. And recently to one of my coworkers, I said the same thing, and I don't want to call it that anymore, because not getting the photo or not getting the trick does not make it a bad pole day, because you're still going up there, you're still trying. I recently had a rough practice. I left feeling very defeated. It's a good word for it. Here's where we're going to dive into the meat of it. So, Jamie comes over, she's going to spot me. And at first I think I was kind of like, which leg do I do? Because sometimes you just have like a certain leg that you like on top, or it's just a more dominant hold. So she comes over, we re-wipe because we're nervous and we're sweaty. She gets under, she spots me, I'm leaning back, but like she definitely had to support me. There was a lot of weight in my legs that I was not used to. So I guess, she did let go of me, I think. Kind of looks like she did. But as you can see, there we go, down under the floor. But yeah, and that was really the only attempt I made at it that evening. But I didn't get it, and it was really sad, and I tried the next day at home too, and I didn't get it. Nope. I got closer. So yeah, this was even the day after. Didn't get it. That's okay. So, I understand what it is like to be frustrated in wanting to get the moves back and be where you used to be. Now, for myself, I have had a baby and I have had a spinal fusion. My body will never be the same. And that's okay. As I'm seeing a lot of people come to these classes, I'm seeing people who poled years ago, like myself, and I'm seeing newbies also. And I think it's more important than ever for us to not only retrain the foundational skills and the form and the technique to safely execute the moves that we're doing, I think it's also incredibly important to retrain our brains to be kind to ourselves and to give ourselves some grace and some breathing room and patience. The work side and the struggle side of aerial and pole, I don't think is talked about enough, And I know when I trained, so 2015, 2016-ish, I felt like I was in a race a lot to get a trick, get a trick, get a trick, move on. Get a trick, move on. And just stockpile tricks and just be able to do as many tricks as possible. It wasn't about the actual practice of the sport. It was just getting to do cool moves, I guess. I'm embracing it a completely different way this time. And that's also accepting where my body is right now, knowing what I used to be able to do, and putting those moves, putting that girl, that person, almost into, I don't want to say in a box, but I'm putting her off to the side because I'm not her anymore. We're two different people now at this point in our lives. And my pole, my dance now, my skills now are going to be very different from what they were 7 years ago. And accepting that has also been like a huge help because it's also put me into that mindset of go in, have some goals in mind when you go to a practice. Same as if you were going to a gym and you wanted to run a mile in 10 minutes or, deadlift 200 pounds. Like, we all have fitness goals. So you still want to go in with a good mindset and a good idea of what you would like to achieve. Go into it knowing that, like, you might not get it, but if you try, that is just as important. We tend to celebrate the achievement of getting the move, and we don't really celebrate the struggle to get to that achievement. And I do think that I think that the struggle needs to be appreciated and be seen. An average Joe coming in off the street would have struggled so much more than anyone in my class today. But we also forget that, like, the aerial community is a very small population, a very small segment of our entire population. So the fact that you are even, like, getting out of bed and going to do it kind of makes you superhuman. Tasha said something today too that was beautifully put, and it was that what we're doing is not natural, and it's gonna take time for it to become natural. Wrapping yourself around a pole is not human nature. So that's where we're gonna call it tonight. I hope talking about this, showing some of it, has helped make you feel better. That's all I want. I want you to know you're not alone, that I completely understand. Feel free to DM me. If you need to talk, though, I understand what you're feeling. And it's normal. It's valid. But don't live in it. Just brace it and move on. And it'll make us all stronger in the end. But yeah, okay. Have a great day. Have a great workout. I hope it goes great. I hope you hit your goals, but if not, I'm really happy that you tried. So, just keep trying and we'll get to our goals together in time, safely, and properly.